This is Panther Sports Talk with WJEL Sports Director Max Gabovitch.
On this edition of Panther Sports Talk, I'm joined by the North Central men's head cross-country coach, Rick Stover. Coach Stover, appreciate you joining me.
Thanks, sir.
You started out talking about the 12th place finish in state and how proud you were of the guys just to qualify for state.
Well, this is true. Last year's team, we were on the podium, which means top 5, and we have been for the past 3 years. And this year, that was one of our main goals. Preseason-wise, since we had lost several of our scores, even in preseason, we weren't even expected to get out of our regional, let alone through our tough semi-state and get to state. So leading up to that particular point, we won the sectional, which was a little bit of an upset over Lawrence Central. And we beat Lawrence Central the following week. And also, going into the state meet. And then things seemed to fall apart a little bit the week before state. The sickness bug hit us with a couple of our runners, our top kids. And also we had a few knee problems here and there with one of our scorers. So we limped along a little bit and a little bit disappointed with our 12th place finish because Lawrence Central, the team we'd beaten 3 weeks in a row, was ended up 5th, which makes the podium. So a little bit disappointed that way, but couldn't be prouder of them because, again, everybody picked us not to get very far with what we had coming back, but we had some younger kids step up, which was tremendous. And, of course, with Footsum leading the charge, we did very, very well.
Yeah, and you mentioned Footsum. You guys, at least he finished first in state as an individual. Can you talk about his work ethic and how it helps the team as a whole?
Footsum, of course, a person like Footsum doesn't come around very often. That is for sure. Right from the get-go, when he was a freshman and his brother was here, they really set a different tone as far as work ethic and a few other things as we went along. So he was a really good leader as far as pulling some other kids along, making them better. Through the season, we kind of picked and chose a little bit which ones he was going to go hard, which ones were kind of just enough to win, that kind of thing. And it really, you get a runner like that, it does make the other ones better, and everybody seemed to appreciate that. And of course, a runner like Footsum, which is one of the top kids in the nation right now, if not the best, going to go into postseason, and some of the other kids are going to follow him along a little bit. And
he did win that state championship by 44 seconds.
True.
Amazing, the biggest win in state history. Mm-hmm. You mentioned those nationals. Can you talk about how that all works and where he's going right now?
Right. Well, that was Footsum's 3rd championship in a row. Should have been 4th. The shoe incident, of course, his freshman year is well documented, but winning by 44 seconds in a time that he ran, which set a course record, which is a very, very tough course. The previous record holder was the young man that beat him at the Nationals last year, Verbickus from over in Illinois. And so this year, it's going to be very much of a challenge for him. We go this Sunday over to Terre Haute again to qualify for the Nike Nationals. And he's going to try to double this year, which he hasn't tried before. Then right after Thanksgiving, we go up to Kenosha, Wisconsin for the Foot Locker Finals, which he has been before. There is a young man that is also very, very good in the nation, Chesrek from New Jersey. Last year he finished 2nd at the Nike Nationals, where Footsum finished 2nd at the Foot Locker Nationals to the same young man. So that's one that people are looking forward to, and looks like they're going to meet up at the Foot Locker Nationals this coming December 10th, I believe, which it'll be a heck of a race. It'll be fun to watch.
And along with Footsum, you have quite a few seniors. Can you talk about how they lead the team and how it helps as these juniors become seniors?
Right. We had 3 real good leaders this year. Matt Fox, a senior, Jack Woods, a senior, and Footsum was the 3rd captain. We had a group of 13 seniors overall. And again, we always say that you're only as good as your senior leaders. And these guys did a pretty good job holding things together and doing what they're supposed to do. I think Matt's going to go on to West Point, which I'm very proud of him for that, and he's going to probably try to walk on there and do some things. And Jack Woods, I believe, is going to try to walk on at DePaul and continue his running over there. So things are promising for those guys. And again, you're only as good as your senior leaders, and we got to the state meet, so did something right.
After those nationals that Footsum's running, what do you do as a team to get ready for next season?
Well, as most people know now, running is kind of a year-round proposition. Hopefully they'll go out for track. The good ones usually do. And one's kind of a necessary evil for the other. Whether you like cross country and don't like track, or like track and don't like cross country, usually try to do both because they build different aspects of your running performance. So right after they get finished with the nationals, they'll take maybe a little bit of a break, but not too much, and get back right into the routine of keeping up their mileage and preparing for on down the way.
North Central men's head cross country coach Rick Stover, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Max.
I'm Max Gabovitch, and that's all for this edition of Panther Sports Talk.